Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. So last time we were helping Johanka and we still want to do it. However, before we start the next quest, we would need to have a chat. We would need to actually progress in the main quest because there's an achievement in Johanka's quest that requires us to snitch on people. However, I believe there are two quests that can only be completed when we start the quest after this one. So first we have to go with if you can beat them, and then we're gonna go to poverty, chastity, and obedience, and then we'll uncover a few things in the next quest, which then will be needed for Cleric's Pet achievement. So yeah, let's do it before we finish Johanka's quests.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
So if you don't remember, we have to find the bandits, right? And in order to do it, we need to find out about the crimps. So let's go and ask Bailiff about them.
I've got a few questions for you, Bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon, but what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian. And he's got no dog in this fight either.
Let's ask him about Sir Sebastian, or there must be... Yeah, let's see. I hope we will be able to still get the speed check.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
Sebastian Baron von Berg. He's here under monastery law to protect us against all this unrest in the land.
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
You have an inn, and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No, it's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
Okay.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sasau. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry, which is where, well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
They go there to fight and that doesn't bother you?
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchpoles go by there from time to time to keep an eye on things.
Okay.
Thank you, Bailiff.
God be with you.
In this case, we have all we need to have a chat with the tanner. Now we'll try to solve his problem, which is partially created by him anyway, but it doesn't matter. We'll get to it.
Are you looking for God's blessing? What can I do for you?
Tanner, I've heard all's not well with you.
It's better now. I must have eaten something bad.
No, I mean you've complained about some ruffians raising hell behind your house.
Aye, true enough. That lot's been a thorn in my side. And when I went to tell them to take it elsewhere, they nearly beat me to a pulp.
You can use this, but yeah, let's ask him some questions first.
Nearly every evening. Every god-forsaken evening. Shouting and bellowing there till nightfall. And Then they leave. Probably to get drunk.
How many of them are there?
How would I know? They make as much noise as a herd of wild boar in rutting season.
And did they all attack you?
Aye. They knocked the stuffing right out of me.
And nobody does a thing about it?
I've been to the bailiff, but he couldn't give a rat's arse. There's no commotion under his window, so what does he care?
That's quite a bailiff you've got.
A scarecrow would keep better order.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them and just one of you.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Maybe. They might think twice before kicking your arse.
Perhaps I can reason with them. It doesn't have to come to blows.
Well, break a leg, lad. Or better yet, don't. But if you manage to pull it off, you'll get your reward. Don't worry. Good luck then.
Okay. So, let's find the guys. Now they should be here, however, during evening. That's what he said. So, in this case, let's wait. Can we wash ourselves? Yeah. Okay, so here are the guys.
Was that the time you dropped on him?
We can have a chat with them, mainly with Punch. And what I would also like to do is take part in their competition.
How many fucking
So
times?
let's have a chat with them first and see
God
what we
bless
can
us.
learn.
What can I do for you?
What happened with the tanner?
Nothing out of the ordinary. He came to test his mettle like everyone, but he couldn't even get past young Weed. Then he started whining about getting his money back because we tricked him, so we threw him out. He came back a few times after that, complaining about all the shouting, ordered us to bugger off elsewhere.
But you didn't.
No! And when he got really annoying, he got a punch in the mouth. He hasn't been back since. Doesn't dare to. But it didn't shut that big mouth of his.
I heard that someone's looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about that?
Willing to do anything? Meaning what? Something filthy like helping the knacker? I wouldn't know. Go and ask someone else.
That's not what I meant, but alright.
God be with you.
Okay.
God save. What can I do for you?
Yeah, let's ask him
went on
about
with the
Tanner very
tanner?
quick.
When things got lively, I wasn't here. The others were, though. Go ask them.
We'll do just
I've heard
that.
that someone's looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about it?
If I knew you better, I might tell you. But as things stand...
So let's have a chat with Punch now. Okay.
What are you doing here?
Nothing special. Just a little evening wrestling. It's good for your back and digestion. And your purse too, if you know your business.
I'm looking for work, and I've heard someone around here wants fearless men. Do you know anything about it?
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of carcasses and the occasional pile of shite.
Thanks, but no thanks. Word has it someone's hiring mercenaries and other fighters.
Well, you've heard more than I.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night, and I thought I might convince you to stop.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a friendly ear, did it? Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here. Old Lederman's only been whining like that since he lost a bit of silver. Didn't bother him before that.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you the same. It's God's honest truth.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar and leave him be, or get down to business.
What do you mean, get down to business?
Well, you may think you're pretty tough, and if you give us all a thrashing, we might think it over. But then again, we're no strangers to a hard fight.
If I break your arm, then you won't be coming here for a while, will you?
But I'm a fair fellow, so I'll make you an offer. If you enter our tournament and win, which means beating us all, then we'll go elsewhere. If you don't win, then you're flat out of luck and have to leave. That's not so bad, is it?
If I wanted to join in, what would I have to do?
It's pretty simple. First you have to beat Weed. He's that not too dangerous looking fella there. But some nights, he gets a good rest and he's got God on his side. Then you can try one of those three. Doesn't matter which. And if you whip all three, you can test your mettle against me. Fair enough?
So the last match is with you?
That's right. They say a bout with me is no joke. Just bad humours.
I want to fight you.
Oh, okay.
What did I tell you?
Yeah. I know. Okay, yeah. This guy first. So yeah, I decided to go instead of the speed check to get a little bit of fighting
Let's do it.
experience, so like an unarmed experience,
Let's go.
because we need that too. Okay, let's smash his face in. Next.
Let's fight.
You look pretty good. But I'm betting it was just luck.
We'll see.
God be with you.
What's your language? Next.
Let's fight.
That wasn't bad, but now we'll take it up a notch. See you later.
Oh,
Oh dear, did that
get into the corner. Very good. Okay, next. Now we. Wait, what? We fought with them, right? With them, but not with him. Okay, cool.
Let's fight.
That wasn't bad. But let's see how you do with me. Goodbye.
Okay, let's finish this.
I want to fight you.
You put on quite a show. Can't say I expected it. Take care.
No. He's quite tough. Doesn't want to let go. Here we go. Okay, can you talk with them now? Ah, okay, no, they just want to fight. I'll give him, let's say, an hour.
Oh, That was pretty good. I didn't think you had it in you.
You were really good. I've got to hand it to you. Most lads don't make it past me. So listen, I want to tell you something.
What's that?
There are people here looking for really tough men, and I'd say you fit the bill. So when you walk through town this evening, if there's a light in the church, go in and wait a while. If they like the looks of you, they might give you some work.
Thanks. I'll think about it. Look here, lads. I hope I won't be seeing you around here again. Go and find some other place for your games.
All right. We'll go. But if you want to fight again, you're always welcome. I bet you'll come off worse next time. Goodbye.
Okay, perfect. So now we can finish the quest for the tanner. So let's find him very quick before he goes to bed. Where is he? Here we go.
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
They told me a different tale. Said you went there to fight of your own free will and lost a good deal of silver. Is that the way of it?
I did go there at first, but they cheated. And when I caught them cheating, they beat me. And now I have to hear that racket every day.
Okay.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle
Wait,
Yeah, that's fine. Let's talk with him again, because it was the same dialogue. So we can tell
Taking care
him.
of the lads who were bothering you. You'll have a quiet evening tonight.
God bless you, lad. And here's something for your trouble and kindness. Unlike that miserable bailiff.
If anything else grieves you, just say the word.
Good luck then.
Okay. So now we can go to the church and wait for the crowd that's supposed to show up. So we'll be going to this church over here. I don't remember the name of it. But I'm sure it's super holy. And we go left, I think. It's the quickest way, no? I never remember. Okay, so we had to wait until 10 at night, and now we can use the altar, which will prompt us for a cutscene.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven.
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
The bailiff's man told me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight, but not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn where you do it, just as long as he ends up dead.
And do you have any other tests?
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything. And this is the toughest task we've got.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail. Guess they didn't have the stomach for it.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk, then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
Where better? There's more wine there than in the royal cellars, and I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? Take care.
Alright. Okay, and then let's use the lockpick for some lockpick experience. Doggy. Shh, you're gonna wake up everybody, what are you doing? Okay, so now we have a few things to do. The first one is to go to Sir Radzik Kobyla and... Did you eat it already? No, you haven't, okay. and tell him what we are about to do.
To heal, mutt.
Now what I'm also thinking we can try to do, I'm not sure if it will actually work, but we can definitely try to do it, is to find a place in the monastery where they go there at night, right? Find a place there where there's a chest and put stuff that we can, you know, that we may need, like savior schnapps, maybe a torch, some potions that will allow us to see at night and all that kind of stuff, and maybe a dagger if we need to, you know, dispose of someone, and lockpicks. Yeah, lockpicks as well, because they will take everything of us. However, first, yeah, we're gonna tell Sir Radzik what we are about to do. So I will catch up with you when we are in Rattay.
God be with you, Henry. Congratulations on winning the tournament. I'm proud of you.
Sir, my investigation led me back to Scalitz, and I happened across a criminal there. I just wanted to report to you, sir, that I dealt with that murderer. He attacked me and, well, I got the better of him. He won't be doing any more harm to anyone.
That was a brave deed, Henry. Thank you. I see you've been doing an excellent job in my service. I sent a patrol there some time ago, and they never returned.
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities. See you later.
Okay. So, another Mission Impossible. We will of course do it. However, let's prepare. So, what I'm gonna do here is I will get rid of everything that we have. Because I don't want to take it with me. Because what's gonna happen, right, is all the things that we have here will be taken off us. And then, once the quest is done, we can take them back. But this happens only when you join the order, right? If you sneak in over there, you don't have to do it. However, we're gonna join the order. And when you take out the stuff, some of them may be tagged as stolen, which I don't want, or just lose any of them would be a bummer. So I'm gonna deposit everything, and then I'm gonna take only things that I need. So I will do this first, and then I will show you what I'm gonna be left with. Okay, we are back at the monastery, and I have a few things with me, so I'll show you. I have a dagger with some armor, which is nothing really special, just took some old stuff. I took 2 Bane potions, 2 Bard potions, 3 Lullaby potions, 20 Marigold decoctions, So there's a certain spot there, and when you sprint through it, it's on the stairs when you go from dormitory, and it's high enough for you to lose a lot of health while you sprint from there. So that's why Marigold decoction. For Nighthawk potions, I don't think we will need them that much. I don't think they are that useful. Torch actually would be way more useful. Then we have Potfoot potion, 4 in case we need them, 2 poisons, just in case, the same as Bane, but I don't think we'll need them. 35 Savior Schnapses and Witch potion, just for fun. But before we go there, let me see if we can find the torch somewhere. Ah, no, it should be in the monastery. Yeah, we can find the torch in the monastery as well. So let's get in here. Perfect. Okay, let's sneak in here, here, and here. This is open. What do we have here? Just books. Okay, let's find. Actually, this one is fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a save over here, right? And then I'm gonna deposit the things, and then continue with the quest, right? However, if this is the case that we come back here and our things are not here, I will reload the save and don't bother, you know, putting our things here because they are not needed. We'll be able to procure needed stuff some other way, but yeah, don't worry about it. First, let's move everything. So we moved everything besides, you know, the quest items, right? Which is fine. So now when we go here, it's everything. This actually, you can give me this, and the pants. Yeah, please, thank you. Okay, don't cue the music yet, it's fine. So, what we need to do now is go to the inn and have a chat with Carl, who is supposed to become a monk, but he's not gonna become a monk. Or a brother, or however they called. No, I don't want to cook, I want to eat. Can I?
There.
Here we go. Okay, cool. So this is Carl, and this is his guardian. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk with guardian first.
What do you need?
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No.
Pull me in.
Good luck then.
That was a quick talk.
All right.
Let's talk with Carl then.
I'm glad to see you.
Likewise.
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes. Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can. God be with you. One ale over here, please.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game? Good luck then. So, bring it on.
Okay.
Money, money, money.
Here, just as you ordered.
Said you wouldn't drink today.
Silence.
I'm gonna crush someone's
I'm going to sleep.
I just don't know who's
Here's a few coins. Have fun. Tomorrow,
I'll be back in 2
we're going
shakes.
to the monastery. Is that
Here.
clear?
Couldn't you give me more? This isn't even enough for a toothless whore.
Set up for beer. Good start.
Let me have some grub. Whatever's quick.
Perfect. Let's talk to young Master then.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the Lord of your feet.
Shit.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bookover was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Why don't you just run away?
Wer asked? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere, and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning, and no one would ever see me again.
Well.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You could only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ? I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Wer asked? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere, and they...
Okay, we've seen this conversation already.
That's all then.
See you later.
Let's have a look at... Can I smash your face?
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Yes, please.
That's right. Let's go.
Just before we go to the... to become a monk. Feeling better now? Let's have a chat with Manfred, who should be here, but he's sleeping. I'm not sure if we should pickpocket or... yeah, pickpocket, here you go. Now let's try... I don't have a lockpick, no way. Manfred, don't go anywhere. One will do. Thank you very much. Shh. Sleep, sweet prince. Don't worry. Do I have a cloak here? No. That's fine. Okay, in this case, let's go and have a chat with Carl. Let's give him stuff he needs to, in order to get on his way. Yeah, get on his way.
I've got what you need. Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the writ.
Here you are.
Good luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone. Goodbye.
Smart choice. Okay, and for us, it's Life of a Monk now. Okay, I believe we need to find Brother Porter, who's okay all the way there. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna drop another save just in case the things disappear, so I can just come back for them and hide them, because it's just a waste of. Okay, of course. Let me pick up one savior schnapps from from our stash. Yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Just one, thank you very much. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's find the guy. Here he is. Okay, let's go.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of St. Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy, or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's do it. So the only thing that we require to do is remember, don't talk to Johanka. Oh look, it's Adela. Nice. Okay, let's not talk. Yeah, let's not talk to Johanka. Let's go here. I'm gonna leave our horse. Dog ran away.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Being here in the monastery is my dream come true. Being a monk is so exciting.
Well, no one's ever said that before. I'm curious if you'll still be singing the same tune in a month's time.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline.
Okay, we have to come back here.
It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
We're gonna come back here later as well. I don't want to lose him. sure.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
That's gonna be a big problem, actually. But not a big problem, but it will limit our free time, let's say.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitors. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Okay, we don't want to talk with him about Pius yet.
Will you tell
Let's
me
ask him a few
yourself?
things.
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother, and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Salarius. They say he used to be a thief.
Very good. Yeah, let's ask him about Pius if he knows anything.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief. If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us.
Are there already candidates to be the new abbot?
Brothers John and Nevlas. But the others have been fighting like dogs because of them. We don't have to fight about anything, though.
This John, who is he?
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry, we'll get our chance.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
Okay, yeah, let's ask him about election as well, because we will need to know those things for a quest anyway.
Who would you choose as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business.
Too late.
You'll sleep better at night.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Okay, so now we are... That wasn't very nice. Yeah, we are relatively free until tomorrow, so let's organize some stuff for ourselves. First, let's see if our stuff is here. Hey! Nice. Now, if you didn't manage to leave anything, there's supposed to be a lockpick here. One should be more than enough for anything you need, and then you can open, you know, whatever you need, right? If you don't break it. There are many things to be found over here. There's a torch that you can find. There is Jesus, what else? Save your schnapps. So yeah, you will not be at lost. So where I want to go, I think, is the dormitory. Let's check what quest we have. So we have this. Yeah. And then we have this, get to know novices, yeah, and then go to bed, that's fine. Okay. Let's not go there yet, we have no need to go there yet. So yeah, our, you know, during the day, I think we'll go probably once through it. We can't go there. We'll go once through the day, and then during night we'll be doing most our, you know, let's say extra stuff or, you know, after hours Is this here? No. No, it's here. Yeah. So if we go here now, I think. Yeah. Here we go. And we have a second Necronomicon. Very good.
It looks like I found a little monastic treasure trove. I wonder who stashed that here.
So this starts a quest as well, and... Okay, so... This is what we're gonna do through the day, each day we are here. So we have to start at 3, go to the prayer at 4, breakfast at 7, at 6, at 8 we go to work to work with one of the brothers. Then we work in the library with the other brother, and then at 4 we have mass again, and then at 6 there's supper, and at 7 free time, and then at 9 we can rest. When everybody sleeps, it's the best time for us to do anything. Okay, he almost caught us. Where is he going? Okay, cool. So let's see what we can find here. Here you go, torch. I think we have ours, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. So that's just a normal monk. That's just a normal monk. Okay. Okay. Someone else is queued for the door.
Peace be with you, brother.
Now, also we have to keep an eye on the, like, not today, but tomorrow, on the areas that we're in. Because what's gonna happen is that if we are supposed to be in a library, right, and we're not there, and someone catches us, then we can go
Peter's
to
health is deteriorating.
we can go to the prison that's here, and it can actually end up with us being expelled, which we don't want. So yeah, we'll need to find out whose this is, but that's okay, we can definitely do it. And I'm wondering, is there anything else that we're supposed to do? Yeah, maybe let's have a chat with some... Oh, this is the spot. Yeah, let me show you. So our health is at 100, and if you sprint here... Oh no, it's still at 100. Okay, I don't know. When I was doing this previously, I got... yeah, I sustained damage, so I don't know. But anyway.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
Can't promise anything.
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
I'm interested in the other novices. Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
Okay, so we need to speak with others for him to have lines about them, I presume. Anyway. Should we not? No.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
I found a book, coin, and a dagger under a floor slab. Any idea whose they might be?
No idea at all. If I were you, I'd hand them to the prior. What do you
Don't go.
desire, Brother Gregor?
Who would you vote for as the new abbot if you could?
Why do you care? We don't have the right to vote, so we shouldn't get mixed up in it.
I'm just interested, that's all.
I like John better. But like I've said, it's not our place to get involved. It's enough that Antonius is mixed up in it. Don't you start too.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book.
The words mean nothing to me. Ask in the library.
That's another quest as well.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Okay, let's find another novice. Oh, Henry's hungry. Let's see where the brothers. Hey, brothers. Where are you, brothers? They eating? Oh, where are they? Hello there. Oh. Oh, we will have a chance to speak with him, don't worry. This is closed. Okay. Let's give it a quick go. Okay, no, we're not going out. Are they praying? No, they aren't. Where are they then?
The things you say. We're none of us getting any younger, but a cup of wine makes it all work.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Fellow introvert.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
Do you know anything about Yodok?
I don't. He doesn't like me, and he's on very friendly terms with the Circators. That's about it.
You really don't know anything about anyone? Well, thanks anyway.
Don't get upset. I'm sorry I can't tell you more. I just haven't felt like getting to know anyone yet.
I'd like to know something.
Yeah.
Tell me about Antonius.
I'd like to, but there's nothing to tell. I've never spoken to him. I've never asked about him.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
I found a book, coin, and a dagger under a floor slab. Any idea whose they might be?
Did you find some treasure here? Looks like you're a rich man. But you'd best hand it all over to the prior.
If you could, who would you vote for to be the abbot?
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
Okay, I think that's all. yeah, that's all for now. Let's see if we can... Yeah. Oh, he's sleeping.
Why are you waking me?
Okay, I'm not waking you. Okay, in this case, that's gonna be all for today. Tomorrow we'll try to catch up with the other novices, just to make sure that we have everybody. And yeah, maybe even before we go to bed, we try to find something. But yeah, we're gonna do it in the next episode. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.